Hey Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now. Today, let's jump into a mailbag video. Our subscribers submitted mailbag questions on the community tab of the channel, and I broke down 6, 7, 8 of them. We got a lot of questions here, and I want to give you guys my thoughts and answers to your questions. So, Ramiro says, with Ertz most likely getting traded or cut, how confident do you feel in the tight end position? Would you trade a tight end in the late rounds? Would you trade a tight end in the late rounds of the NFL draft? I'm guessing you're saying you draft a tight end in the late rounds of the NFL draft. My response to the Ertz stuff is it's been the same and consistent, right? I believe in Dallas Goedert, and I feel very confident in Dallas Goedert being the number one tight end for Philadelphia. Now, that does not mean I don't want Zach Ertz back. I'd rather have Zach Ertz back, but as we talked about on the channel here many, many times, it doesn't feel like Zach Ertz is going to go ahead and return to the Philadelphia Eagles. He's going to be cut or traded, most likely cut, but they got to free up money somehow, and his $10+ million contract in 2021 is just a little bit too expensive. In terms of drafting a tight end, we'll talk about Kyle Pitts later on because that question is going to be asked, I'm sure, and we'll see that here in just a couple of minutes. I'm out on drafting Kyle Pitts. They have other needs, but I'd be fine on taking a tight end in the 3rd or 4th round. The problem is that there aren't a lot of very good tight ends behind Kyle Pitts in this draft, and so it's not necessarily a position you want to jump on if you're getting somebody not named Kyle Pitts. So I don't hate the idea of taking a tight end in the later rounds. I don't think it's just that big of a necessity. I would rather get a running back over a tight end or a second wide receiver over a tight end and definitely a pass rusher over a tight end, linebacker and corner. I mean, the Eagles have a lot of needs, and tight end with Dallas Goedert being the starter is not at the top. It's way, way, way lower than I think a lot of people think. So, yeah, I agree. Ertz is going to be traded or cut. Yes, I understand that Kyle Pitts could be an option at number 6, but as I've talked about before, I'd rather go wide receiver because, again, they have a good tight end in the waitings in Dallas Goedert. They don't really have a wide receiver unless you think Rager can go ahead and be a star, which I think he can, but we're not there just yet. Okay, pin comment down below. Which position group worries you the most right now? Is it the quarterback spot with Jalen Hurts? Is it the wide receiver spot? That's where I would go. And then it was a tight end spot with Zach Ertz potentially leaving. Which position group worries you the most? Answer the pin comment down below right now. All right, let's move on here to Gavin, who says, what would be our wide receiver core after everyone becomes a free agent and released? Who should we sign? I think it's very simple to break down the wide receiver group right now, which I think is centered around Jalen Reagor. I think I'm very excited for what Jalen Reagor can do in 2021. I've not given up on Jalen Reagor, but I think you're talking about Jalen Reagor, Travis Fulgham, a rookie wide receiver, whether it's in the 1st round or later, I think in the 1st round, and then Greg Ward. Those are your top 4 wide receivers. I think no Deshaun Jackson. Obviously, he's gone. Jeffrey's going to be cut. I think Marquise Goodwin will be gone as well, and that leaves... Again, Hightower will be on the roster. Quez Watkins will go ahead and make the roster, but the focus will be the 4 of Reagor, Fulgham, whatever rookie you get, Chase, DeVonta Smith, or Jaylen Waddle, and then Greg Ward. Those are your starting 4 wide receivers. And honestly, I feel good about the Eagles wide receiver group once they draft somebody. Like right now, I feel good about the Eagles wide receiver core because I'm expecting them to go ahead and draft somebody. Like, if they don't draft somebody, we'll revisit this and say, okay, wow, Ward, Fulgham, and Reagor, is that enough? And my answer will be no. But if they get a guy who becomes a star like we expect Jamar Chase or Jaylen Waddle or DeVonta Smith to be, that wide receiver group is going to be way better than it has been in a very, very long time. The last time it was good, really, was 2017 whenever Jeffrey was a lot younger and healthier, and Torrey Smith, and then, obviously, the emergence of Greg Ward. Next question here comes from Addie B. There's a major buzz that Marcus Mariota could be dealt to Philadelphia. Would you want him on Philly? Would you want to rock with Jalen Hurts? I said this in the news video the other day. Focus on all your efforts on Jalen Hurts. Focus on Jalen Hurts. Drafting a quarterback, trading for a quarterback, signing a quarterback does not focus on Jalen Hurts. I think it hurts Jalen Hurts' chances of being successful going into 2021. In terms of Mariota, you can't really trade for him because he just costs too much money because you trade for that contract. Maybe a trade and then a restructure. But I expect Las Vegas to go ahead and cut him. And so I guess you could sign him off the street. But it's just too high profile of a backup quarterback for me to be like on board, like, yes, go get Marcus Mariota, because would he for sure be a backup, or would he try to go ahead and take reps away from Hurts? I'm all in on Jalen Hurts, and I will be all in on Hurts until he proves to me that he's not worthy of being the starting quarterback in Philadelphia. And everything I've seen so far is that he can be a very good quarterback, and you got to give him the most and best options and opportunities to be successful. And spending money and draft capital on another quarterback just does not make a lot of sense. Prink Panther 2. First off, drop a like if the Eagles should sign a backup quarterback. You guys want them to sign a backup quarterback? Give this video a thumbs up. I'm fine with signing someone like Nate Sudfeld. Like, does that count? Like, thumbs up for that. But drafting or trading for somebody or signing somebody who's going to be a little more high profile, I'm out on. But if you guys disagree, give this video a thumbs up. All right, now we go to Prink Panther 2. Prink Panther 2 says, you want Philly? Sure. Yeah. Let's do it. Isn't that what Doug Peterson said whenever Nick Foles asked for Philly? It's a fun question. I mean, yeah, I would love Philly. I would love to recreate the magic of Philly and the magic of that year, and I think that they can. But that's something that we're never going to forget is where you were. I was living in New York City at the time in my small New York apartment, watching it on a little TV when they called Philly won the Super Bowl, and it was one of the best days of my life. It was that great. It's a fun question. Ablo Dev says, I've seen people say Pitts over Jamar and DeVonta. What are your thoughts on that take? It's been the same. I refuse to take Kyle Pitts. I refuse. Listen, if you're telling me number 6 overall, I can take DeVonta Smith, Jamar Chase, even Jaylen Waddle over Kyle Pitts. I would take all those wide receivers. Now listen, I might be wrong on Kyle Pitts. I could come back here in 5 years and look at these videos and say, wow, I said I wouldn't take Kyle Pitts, and now Kyle Pitts is the best tight end in the league, and he's been, a Pro Bowler, and he's been an All-Pro, and they should have taken him. And I'll eat that. I'll accept it. I don't see that happening. I see him being very good, and I think he's going to be a great tight end with whatever team takes him, but I don't see the value of a number 1 tight end that early in the draft. You guys get that? Right now, you take George Kittle along with some other Pro Bowlers at defense and on the wide receiver position and running back, and Kittle would not be the first guy taken because tight end, while important, and I think Eagles have a very good tight end right now, is not a necessity in the National Football League. You can win without one, and I think wide receiver just becomes even more important. And so, I get it. And I get that Kyle Pitts is stupid good, and I think he's really, really good, and he's the perfect tight end, and it would make a lot of sense, but I just refuse to take him. I want somebody else with my number 6 overall pick. I'll let you guys decide, though, because some people are very high on Kyle Pitts. You have Kyle Pitts or DeVonta Smith, straight up. Number 6 overall, KP for Kyle Pitts, DS for DeVonta Smith. Let me know what you guys think down below right now. Before we keep going, the Philadelphia Eagles St. Patrick's Day gear is still available for a limited time, and some of it remains on sale. The link is chatsports.com/Eagles Green, and they got a ton of different options and styles for the women, for the men, and look great on you for St. Patrick's Day. And again, you see those flowing on your screen right now. They got long sleeves t-shirts, short sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, socks, everything. Even some stuff for the ladies as well, as they got sizes and shapes and everything that you could possibly want to rep and look good for St. Patrick's Day while also repping our Philadelphia Eagles. So the link is down below. Again, you see it on your screen. Chatsports.com/Eagles Green is the place to go as stock is running low, and so jump on that. It's a limited time offer. All right, a couple more here. Chris Brennan says, why is Jaylen Waddle rocketing up draft boards? Seen a bunch of mock drafts now with him being taken over DeVonta Smith. Great question, Chris. So the reason he's vaulting is he's the complete package. Jaylen Waddle is the overall complete package. Now, what do I mean by that? Jaylen Waddle is being compared to Davante Adams and DeAndre Hopkins, whereas a guy like DeVonta Smith is being compared to Antonio Brown and Tyreek Hill. The knock on DeVonta Smith is his size. He's barely 6'1", and he's 175 pounds. He's very small. And so there's worries he could get bullied a little bit by some of the bigger defensive backs in the National Football League. Think of Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Rhodes. Those are big guys who can go ahead and still run with you, but could body you a little bit, especially in press man coverage. Now, I don't see that being a problem for DeVonta Smith. They call him the Slim Reaper. The guy is a beast, and running routes is his biggest strength along with his speed. But the reason Waddle keeps rocketing up draft boards is because they see the size, and they see a little bit more of a complete wide receiver, like a guy like DeAndre Hopkins or Davante Adams, who has the size to beat you in man coverage and can also run the routes and have the speed to kill you over the top. I don't hate Jaylen Waddle. I'd be fine with Jaylen Waddle at number 6. I would just rather take somebody like a Smith because of just how good he was in 2020, or Jamar Chase with how good he was in 2019. Any one of those three would work. Any one of those three are better than the current wide receivers on the Philadelphia Eagles roster. Jaylen Waddle also does kick returns and punt returns, so you can kind of add that in there to his list. I know Smith done a little bit, but Waddle is a very good kick returner, so that's why he's rocketing up, because some people just like bigger wide receivers. And even though you would say Tyreek Hill is really good, I think most teams would take a DeAndre Hopkins or Davante Adams over him, and that's the draw there for Jaylen Waddle. Now, again, you guys, it's easy. Like this video if you think the Eagles should draft a wide receiver at number 6. If you think Philadelphia takes a wide receiver at number 6, drop a like on this video right now, as I would smash the like button. I'll do it right now. Boom. I am all for drafting a wide receiver, and so you guys should thumb the video up because you should agree with me on that. Now, mock draft. Again, we did a mock draft just a couple of days ago here on the channel, and I took wide receiver because that's what I want to do. And so check out my mock draft right now on Philadelphia Eagles Now, and stay subscribed because I'm going to do a mock draft and more draft coverage in the coming days and weeks. I think next week I'm going to do a mock draft. I feel very confident on that. And you guys can see what I'm thinking in terms of all 7 rounds instead of just the first round. So subscribe with the bigger subscribe button down below. One more here. Isaac says, any Eagle player you would deem untouchable or untradeable? Ooh, I mean the easy ones like a Rager or a Brooks or a Johnson. Although the ones that you see that being floated out there like Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham, I want to keep Fletcher Cox. Like I don't want to trade Fletcher Cox, and I don't want to trade Darius Slay either because I feel very good at him being a top cornerback in this league. So that was a lot, but I think most of them now are going to be untouchable, and I feel like Philadelphia has their skeleton, of their depth chart already set up. There's got to add some pieces in the draft and hopefully in free agency. So there you go. Ultimately, for today here on this Philadelphia Eagles rumor mailbag. I want to answer your guys' questions. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Plenty more coming in the coming days and weeks. For Philadelphia Eagles Now, I'm Thomas Mott signing off. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your day.